One.
No, not one. There's two of us. But that was game one. This is game two. Okay, Liz? You got to stay with the times. I know that one went on for a while. But hello and welcome back, guys. We are back with game two between Vega and MEGA-LADA. And boy, oh boy, did they make game one interesting. I think that was 100... Not 100, sorry. 1 hour, 14 minutes. 114. I was going numbers. Yeah, 74
100?
minutes. Not 100. We haven't reached 100 yet. We could go for 100. Vega, you feeling it? Pick up a techies? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time in the last month or so they've done techies.
Yeah, they could. They can pull off a 100 definitely here. It can happen.
But, I mean, how are we going to open this up? CM has not been banned yet.
I suppose it's going to be picked again if it's not banned. Because, yeah, we'll see. Maybe Vega wants to ban it. We'll see what happens here. So, oh, it's Naga, actually. All right, all right.
Okay. Now Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden. We're just waiting for this. We know we're right. It's got to be Crystal Maiden. It's also going to be a Bane. Like, just saying.
Yeah, Bane is good here. It's a good setup with Mirana. It's a decent lane as well. Naga with Mirana would be a great lane as well, but it's banned.
They didn't ban the Chen as well because the Mirana, they planned to pick the Mirana. So. Smartly read by them.
I'm just wondering how much value they put into this Crystal Maiden, because she really didn't have a good laning stage last game. It wasn't really great. It backfired hard. That Clockwork just dominated them on the lane.
That is very true. It did cause them a lot of cause for concern, actually. Like, it was that... We talked about it. The Clockwork was fantastic, but then it just lost impact. And they take the Bane themselves. And the Bloodseeker. I mean, you kind of open yourself up to this.
Yeah, I mean, first pick Mirana. You have to understand that this can happen. So Bloodseeker can completely shut down Mirana later on. Rupture just works so very well against her. And then you steal this Bane pick. I mean, Bane is good with or without Mirana. While Mirana, it's a good hero, but it's much better if it has some sort of a setup in the laning stage. So if you can get either a Bane, a Shadow Demon, or a Naga, it's really good. And instantly Faceless Void. Wow.
Okay. They go for the Void. It didn't... I mean, it did a lot of work for them last game, but they still ended up losing off the back of it. This is a nice setup, though, of course, because you've got the Faceless Void Chrono, and then if they're still alive at the end of it, there's a Mirana firing an arrow into their face.
Yeah, I agree with you. However, I don't really like these openings. When you're opening with two cores, what can happen is Mirana can be played as 4, most likely will not be played as 4. We haven't seen a 4 Mirana in ages now. But opening up with 2 cores is always kind of spooky because, yeah, they countered you with Bloodseeker. Now they can pick something to get rid of that Faceless Void Chrono. I mean, not get rid of it, but kind of counter it. Lately, Zayas has been playing a lot of Vengeful, and that's possible, but there's a Bane already. And Vengeful is kind of... Well, he plays both of those
similar
heroes.
things, I'd say, as well. Like, you've got the... In fairness, you've got the Bane for the Phoenix group, which isn't too bad anyway. I think lots of people, they kind of shy away from the Venge. It feels like it's a good counter to the Chrono, but it's also... You're essentially just saying, I'm going to die, right? There's a declaration of death about it. And it's not the same impact as an undying dying in a fight, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, there is some impact with the aura, so you do reduce their damage after. So it's not too horrible. But overall, yeah, you're right. You're kind of signing your own death sentence when you are swapping like that. But it's always, like, look at it this way. If you're a Void and you have Chrono, and you're running into their team, do you want a Chrono the position 5? You most likely do not, right? So if you trade yourself for that Chrono, usually it's all right as a Venge to die, because then then your team can actually play around it because there's no Chrono to stop them. So your team can kind of make a comeback.
I agree. It's dependent on the type of heroes, though, right? Like, it's because in that scenario you are going to be 4 versus 5, so you need heroes that are kind of skirting the edge. Things like Ember Spirits, the Bloodseekers is a definite example of that. These heroes that, if there's no lockdown for them, they just get completely out of control in a fight.
Exactly. You're right. So, but still, most likely we won't see Avenger. It's possible. Zayas played it even yesterday in two of their games, or at least in one. He played Vengeful in at least one of their games, and he really does value the hero. Beastmaster is not banned out either, and what they used to do is run the Beast Venge dual offlane.
That was basically what they done yesterday, I think.
So what you do is you have the axes and you have the Wave of Terror. It's just so much physical damage. It's very, very hard to sustain against. However, they ban out the Silencer. That's interesting.
Peculiar. You get the Venge. Okay. So the Silencer is a hero that has no focus unless there's an Enigma coming. I don't know if Vega want to go that way. I wouldn't say it's a terrible choice necessarily, given the heroes you've chosen so far.
Elder Titan. All right. So
that's the classic setup. The Void, right?
It's a good setup in the chrono as well, but overall the hero is very weird when it comes to the laning stage. It's very tanky, very strong. One of my favorite heroes as well to play. However, it's not as straightforward as Venge, let's say. Like Venge goes in, stuns, that's it. Elder Titan, you need to set up those stuns properly for it to work. But what's really good is the armor reduction that he brings to the table, and the magic resistance reduction. So that's kind of neat. I just want to see if it's going to be the Beastmaster as well with Venge, or are they going to opt for something else? They can run the Bloodseeker as 3 as well, but most likely they will not.
Beast is decent here. It would force Void into probably Lincoln's.
Yeah, it forces Void into Lincoln's. Then you have a way to deal with Void, and you have a way to deal with Mirana. And their draft is really strong as well.
It definitely completes it, right? Because in that scenario, I feel like both Mirana and Void are faced with this choice. They have to build Lincolns or die.
Yeah. They get some pushing power with him as well. We'll see, though. They go for DK instead.
You know what? Actually, okay. I'm going to say I'm okay with seeing this because everyone stopped picking it. Okay? This isn't a hero that appears every second goddamn game that we see in cast. But, I mean, why? Like, I don't feel like much changed with him to force people away from this hero. I think it was the change in picks around it, right? Like, there were heroes coming up that started to counter him more than anything. Because he was being picked almost every game for, like, over a month straight.
It's not only the changes that happened to him, it's the changes that happened to the game itself. The towers became less valuable, so just picking these pushers, it stopped being as strong as it was. And the tower denies were also introduced. I mean, not introduced, but now when you deny a tower, the opposing team gets nothing. And they go with an Ember, all right. So to finish that thought, Dragonite is still all right, but the meta has shifted a little bit. So that's most likely the reason. However, has a lot of HP, a lot of armor, very easy to deal with Elder Titan as a Dragonite. So that's all right.
Apparently, I mean, MEGA-LADA kind of basically went about this as the problem was not Ember and Faceless Void. Everything else was the problem in our draft right now. They've more or less repeated it.
Yeah, that's it. So they got rid of their supports. They got in new supports, and that's it. Let's go with the Ember and Void again. It's just that they did play all right on those two heroes, and they ban out the AA. So AA ban and Silencer ban. Huh. I mean, what?
I mean, I was wondering if they go for a double push lineup, but that would feel overly greedy. Like getting something like Death Prophet as well. I can't see that being the case. Although Death Prophet is fairly decent against the Faceless Void.
Well, it is, and you have some save with the Venge, but it, as you said, it kind of fits the same role as Dragonite. And if this game goes longer, Death Prophet is not going to help you win it. They need some late game. They definitely do. Like Bloodseeker and Dragonite are good. They're good early to mid game. Later on, they do fall off. Bloodseeker, well, you can argue that later on in the current state of the game, and hero is very buffed, so later on in the game he can do a lot, but he's not your PL, and he's definitely not your Void. So if I was Vega, I would be looking for something that evens out the game in the late stage as well. We have a Witch Doctor, all right. Position 5 last pick, why not?
Still focused on this ban on the AA. Like, right now, the two heroes you typically ban out if you're worried about AA is Death Prophet and Alchemist, right? Like, those are two obvious ones.
And Huskar, perhaps, but it's not really great here, so... But yeah, Alchemist and that Prophet. Maybe Alchemist. That would be kind of funky. We haven't seen it in a while. And it's the second game of the best of 3. They could experiment a little bit. We'll see, though. These 2 cores, though, Bloodseeker and Dragon Knight, they're not giving away a lot, so it's very hard to predict this last pick. See what they go for.
Bizarre.
Visage. All right.
So, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to throw MEGA-LADA off with that farm ban, or maybe they were worried about a potential tri-lane. But,
yeah, so I don't see what A does here, to be honest. It's not a strong hero versus Visage. It's all right versus Dandy's DK, and it's all right versus Mag, but it's...
I think it's part, like, they were concerned about the Faceless Void Chrono having too much value already.
Yeah, Chrono plus A ulti is definitely a great combo, but Chrono and Witch Doctor's ulti is not bad either. However, I really like the Visage last pick. They have 0... well, Witch Doctor is decent versus the birds, but it's not really great. It's also a very good Helm of Dominator game. They have no Dooms, Enchantresses, or Chants. They can't take over of the creep. So overall, it's a good Visage game, and he should be playing versus Ember Spirit as well, and that's one of the easiest lane for Visage. Definitely. Like, that's one of the lanes that you can actually win with Visage on mid before level 6. So overall, I like how they rounded this draft up with Visage. It's a hero that brings a lot of stability to the and they actually are swapping up. So Dandy is taking the Bloodseeker and Mag is on the DK. What are they doing? So it's gonna be the offlane DK in the end.
I'm fine with that though. Like,
I'm not certain if Visage is gonna go mid anymore or if it's gonna be Dandy with Bloodseeker, because I was certain it's not gonna be DK. It didn't feel right, but all right, we'll see.
Should be obvious in a moment. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
I mean, it's keep in mind, like, the current meta.
All right,
so you've got flexibility of lanes.
So it's gonna be a side lane Visage definitely, and it's gonna be a Bloodseeker mid versus Ember, most likely versus Ember. Yeah, so it's Bloodseeker versus Ember on mid. You have a DK safe lane and the Visage and Venge dual off lane. It's all right. It's not horrible for them. The laning stage should be all right. The DK versus Mirana and ET, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for Mag as long as he doesn't get arrowed. And I don't think there's a way for them to arrow him, especially when there's a Bane there. So
yeah, you maybe hit Stomp, but even after that, I feel like
DK
is hard to kill regardless.
Yeah, the Stomp level 1 is nothing. It's not even a setup. Like it's just the sleep is very, very small. So. Alright, so we have the Visage dual offlane. That's going to be interesting. Also, I just want to see what Eknart is going to be doing. Is he going to be doing the cheese strat with Elder Titan? When you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
when
the one where you stack the camps and
you
then
stack the camps, exactly. And
I mean, they are on the dire side. They have that advantage. They're not exactly stacking for their opponents to farm.
Yeah, you can stack those camps and get like 300 damage at around minute 3. So it's a very ridiculous strategy actually, but it works in pubs. It was used in some pro games too. So
look at Bane as well. Science is super deep here. He's gonna go for the Corey snipe early on.
Yeah, it looks so. It looks that way definitely. This is the only reason he would be here.
The Corey is coming out pretty quick as well. So he has to make this move right now.
Well, he can kill it on the comeback as well. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he warded for it as well. It's actually very good because people...
Oh no! MEGA-LADA, they know. I mean, Bane hasn't shown in any lane. They had to suspect something.
I mean, usually people don't suspect that any longer, you know, because it's been so long since we've seen... If you remember a few months back, everyone was sniping couriers. It kind of stopped happening recently. So
yeah.
That's really nice. At the same time, they are trolling bottom, and I don't think they should be doing this. So Witch Doctor is gonna move away instantly. While on the top lane, the Void is alone versus Visage and Venge. He should not have a good time. But at the same time, you're dual laning with the Visage. It's not really great, because this hero benefits more from levels than he does from farm. Yeah, you need a lot of farm, but the levels are more important early on.
As long as you starve out Nephra, it's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, but it's like, I get what you mean. It's that case, like, typically this mid, because if there's any lane like you don't mind losing, it's gonna be the one that the Visage is in. You just want to get a quick 6.
Yeah, but as long as Venge isn't leeching way too much experience, and if you check their levels, she did not leech every single creep, and she's been pressuring Void out a lot, so it's kind of worth it. It's all right. At the same time, you have the Witch Doctor zoning out Dandy on mid.
With mixed success, actually. You've got 2-1 on Scandal, and then you've got 6-6 on Dendy. He's doing pretty well in this lane.
It's not super easy to zone him out. I think this is more like a... They're trying to pressure him, but as long as everyone on the map is getting low, like as long as Void is getting... It's very hard to pressure him. He's gonna just be a Speedy Gonzalez here, and with Blood Rage, he's gonna be denying. Even if you get him low, he's just gonna go in, get a few CSs out, and heal up.
I mean, it also kind of feels like you're in this scenario where the only hero who can afford to be alone is actually on the side of Vega. So they can have Zayats here, and it's less impactful in the outlanes, negatively anyway, than what MEGA-LADA's doing.
There is Eknar, though. He's coming from behind. Maybe on the level 3 Ember, but it's so far away.
No, he goes early. Level 1 Flame Guard, and now the Maledict, the cast bounce favorably. Dendy taking a lot of damage here. He might be forced to salve if he wants to live. Gonna be close.
That's Fairy Fire.
Yeah, he's got the Fairy Fire. Should be fine with the Tango. Level 1 Maledict not doing too much work.
He didn't Blood Rage for that, but he has a Salve, so he doesn't matter too much. There's a Spirit trying to break the Salve. He's fine. So I really think they need a level 3 there. They even had a lucky cast bounce that went on Dandy twice. So with level 3, they definitely would have gotten him. But like that, it was kind of more difficult.
I feel like they were kind of... You know when you get pressured in that scenario where you're like, okay, we've been sitting here for X seconds. It's a lot of wasted time.
Yeah, we have to try something. There is that as well, for sure. On bottom lane, though, Mag is being blocked out a little bit by Eknard.
Forward, Arrow connects. They should be able to finish him off with a Starstorm through. He's going to get super low. One more hit will do it. First blood drawn, and Funnick is the one that gets that extra Jetta.
Yeah, you don't usually expect DK to die, but Eknard had plus 90 damage when he came there. He just... if you remember, when he was using that Spirit to break the Salve, at the same time he was moving towards bottom. So he got around 4 creep camps, including the mid wave, and all of that damage just soaked in, and he had plus 90. So he started hinting for around 130 damage after the reductions, so it was pretty good.
There are some interesting aspects of this hero. I think I've seen sometimes people port across the map. And depending on where you actually choose to port, you're going to get them cut through so many creep camps. It's pretty insane what you can do with that damage. Meanwhile, mid, jumping in. Dendy, he might actually fall this time. He's down a blood right, but the Maledict will take him out.
Yeah, they get him this time. And I think they are doing this properly. They have to be dual laning because Bloodseeker can go out of control versus Ember. If the side lanes are falling low, if they are losing HP, like Ember can be completely dominated on this lane. It's not an easy lane for Ember, even though you might think, yeah, you got Searing Chains, you get Flame Guard. But it's not like that if you are really tanky and speedy.
Meanwhile, the top is going fantastically for Vega right now. Nefrit taking a lot of damage here. Will Time Walk away. They can stun him, though. They'll chase on top of him. Nefrit, use the Time Dilation. He should just be able to move away the Soul Assumption through. Oh, it's so close. 7 HP. Slayer got the Wave of Terror. Nefrit, he needs to eat a Tango. They go for the Shrine. It's going to be close. Wave of Terror gets him.
Wow.
Why didn't he just eat a Tango?
At the same time, Dendy on mid.
Yeah, he's gone again. The Maledict is starting to get a little bit worrying because he did go for 2 points in the Maledict.
Yeah, it's not something you usually see right now because Witch Doctors are usually going for the Voodoo Restoration. So it's kind of refreshing to see the Maledict coming into play again. Anyway, why he died there is because Void was so low, he felt... Oh, on bottom lane.
Mag, Arrow connects, and they're going to come across the Spirits. More damage to Eknar. Mag will fall again. This is getting a little bit awkward. Vega, top lane is going fantastically, but the other 2 lanes, I feel like Zayats needs to be in both of them, but obviously he can't.
I still think they're doing all right because this is the lane that they should care about the most, the offlane Visage lane. It's a very momentum-based hero. I'm not taking anything away from Mag's DK or mid Bloodseeker. They are very similar in that aspect too. But if you get that Helm of Dominator very fast on Visage, and if you get level 6 on him very fast, you can just take one tower after the other without even worrying about any repercussions. So this hero is definitely the one that benefits from a good start the most. And in that aspect, it's not going too bad for them. But yeah, they are losing 2 other lanes, and it's not too great.
Zayat's arrow connects, and now they'll just chase him down. No escape from the Blood Right. Try and slow us down, but 4 heroes for that kill into the support bane.
Opens up the map a bit, some more space for Mag to farm, as 4 of them had to rotate. But overall, a really good movement from them.
But once again, like, one team is just milking the top, the other team is just exploiting the other 2 lanes. And it's kind of that argument, yes, you're winning 2 lanes, but like you said, it's a Visage, right? This hero has one of the biggest spikes in power at level 6 out of any hero in the game.
That's definitely the case. And it seems like they might move top. Nefrit is moving back. He's almost going to have that chrono. And I'm interested... No, actually, it's Mag that's going to port top. Use his Dragon for most likely, as Visage is getting his level 6 now with the next reframe. Mid, Dandy.
Dandy in a little bit of trouble. Malik's already connected on him. He's got the Rupture. Won't get a chance to use the Searing Chains. Holding him in place. Blood Right to buy some time. We'll throw it out. Scandal getting low. We'll look for TP. Zayat. Can he get it one more tap? He can't. Now he needs to back away. He's taking a lot of damage. Eggnog just diving on the tower for this. Cask will bounce. There's a rotation in from Slayer. Throws out the magic missile. Now Eggnog might get turned onto Muriel. Already getting killed off mainly because of the tower. And they'll get Eggnog before he can even use the Stomp.
So they get the 2 supports and they take the top tower. But at the same time, Void did the right thing. He did not even think about contesting them top. He just instantly ported bottom and started pushing this with Phonic. Because you really cannot fight these 2 beasts, these 2 flying monsters. Visage and Dragonite, they're just so tanky at this point. Actually, Visage has only 1 level in Gravekeeper's Cloak. And
I mean, he's not really been harassed. He's not really been harassed, though.
Yeah, my point is, if Ember decides to go on him, he can actually kill him. If he realizes that it's only level 1 Gravekeeper's Cloak.
That's a fair point. Are they going to push for a tier 2 here? They are indeed. Mag. Dragon Form about to run out, but I mean, like I said, the Helmet Dominator plus the birds, there's nothing to really stop them right now. You can see a rotation in the meantime from MEGA-LADA on the bot lane. Smoked up. They want to try and use this chrono.
Yeah, but this is...
Is it really worth a kill?
Yeah, you're going to kill a bench with the chrono.
Maledict on top of him. It's not even a quick death. He'll turn around, probably get a magic missile out, be a little bit frustrated before dying. He has actually got the wand.
Alright,
there you go. Rupture, though. Oh, Nefrit forced to run away. Meanwhile, on the top lane, they do run down and kill off Plantomos. Nefrit being chased. Endy, he wants to go for this. Bash, first hit. Nefrit stands his ground. Besides, comes across. He's got the Nightmare at the ready. They might go back in. They pull it off. Witch Doctor will sacrifice himself so that Nefrit does not have to die.
Doesn't look so good for MEGA-LADA. They just used the chrono to kill position 4. Actually, not position 5. Position 4 Venge, and they didn't manage to. And their Void almost died. But at the same time, at least they got a kill off on Visage. And partly because of his skill build, he did not get more levels in Gravekeeper's Cloak. And as I said, Ember just rotated and killed him because of that. It's simple punishment. On the other hand, though, they just need to wait another Helm of Dominator and continue pushing. They don't have chrono anymore to fight against that, so... But Visage is alone on this rampant.
Ember's coming back. Plantomos might want to back away from this, or does he want to try and go Scandal? Let's get stunned up. They got follow-up stun as well, but it's just nowhere near it.
Almost.
Almost. You know, you got a third of his HP.
Almost got him.
I half expected Ember to actually go for him on that one as well.
Yeah, me as well. Maybe he just tried to force a reaction, which he kind of did because Elder Titan put top. So
I think it's kind of like
right.
From a psychological perspective, is your vision around top is actually limited, and you got to think, okay, Visage is aggressing me pretty hard, but why? He must have someone nearby.
That's usually what you think, yeah. But Ember just didn't care. He was like, yeah, you're alone. I see Bane on mid, I see Venge on mid. You're not gonna do anything here. Just gonna move away.
I do like the positioning coming out from MEGA-LADA. They've identified exactly what Vega's strategy here is, and that's just to push towers very quickly. Not something hard to see, but the point is it's more crucial for Vega now because of how Bloodseeker started.
Yeah, in my opinion, this Visage should just go mid and take down tier 1. It's possible, but he could also just create space by pushing top. That's what Zayat is telling him to do, and apparently that's what he's gonna be doing. At the same time, you have Mag on mid pushing out, and he's gonna have his Dragon form. But Witch Doctor, remember, they're thinking about smoking. They're hiding behind the trees here. They've been here together behind these two trees for quite a while now. People are gonna get suspicious. What are you doing, Muriel?
Let's not discuss the forbidden love, okay?
What are you doing there?
And speaking of Muriel, he just broke their smoke, and he won't even realize it yet. They don't have any wards up here. King's coming out. They know Funnick is here. Wave reveals him. I think they're just trying to zone them out so they can push this tower. But look how many heroes are nearby on the side of MEGA-LADA.
Well, if he was a bit closer, that waveform could have enabled them to swap him and then grip him. But he wasn't close enough for it, so a little bit unfortunate. Nice thinking though, nice plan, but it just didn't work out.
I feel like Vega have let off the gas. They're concerned about what MEGA-LADA are up to, and as a result, they're not really pushing that early advantage on towers that they have.
Yeah, they're not really. Yeah, they're not completely exploiting it. Exploiting it.
Bot lane. Slayer. Nefrit walks straight in with the time. Well, guess what? The Chrono won't get a chance to do. The Fiend's Grip comes out, and the Blood Riot as well. The chase down will be there, and they will clean up the kill.
Yeah, this should definitely transition into a tower, at least mid. Yeah, Dragonite is already.
Like, fantastic. That's what we're concerned about. The Chrono is the big threatening factor.
And at the same time, Visage, with 3 levels in Gravekeeper scope now, is moving from the side with the birds. He might catch them if they stick around way too long.
They'll just push in. I don't know if you can defend this tier 1. 8 seconds till Void is up. You can buy some time, he sleeps. Serum changes to control up Mag, but now the Slow and Scanner will force him to Remnant back.
Run ulti. Do they have sentries here?
They do not. Oh, they put one down now. So Nefrit, he hasn't been affected by the Moonlight Shadow. He's got the Chrono, moves forward. Chrono on the 2, jumps around top Plantaboss. They'll try and finish him off quick. Remnant jump in, they'll find him now. Follow-up kill on the Slayer. But look at the damage on Scanner. He's getting low. We'll try and move away. In the meantime, Nefrit ruptured up. Can't really go too far. They'll have to because Mag is pressuring and the Dragon Tail comes out. Will clean up the kill. Funnick on the other side. Got one more leap. He'll use it to get to the high ground. But Bloodseeker moves so quick. Can he get out? Can they get across? No, they can't. Mag did not have any spells available. They get everyone else out.
Overall, yeah, you're offlane. Well, offlane. We should call him position 1 Visage. Your carry Visage did die there, and he lost his bird, so that's kind of bad. 1 bird. But you did get the tier 1, and they did use the Chrono. Now you can probably just go for that Roshan with Medallion if you want to. I think Roshan is a completely fair option for them.
With the Wave of Terror as well, there's no reason not to.
Wave of Terror, Medallion, there's drums on Vengeful. Yeah, they're just gonna go for a push.
Be a pretty quick one. I'm not sure MEGA-LADA can even try and drop this. They've got arrows, sure. They've got the Stomp as well. But like I said, no Chrono means they have no real way to just get in and exploit that setup.
Yeah, he felt the Titan was close enough. Maybe he checked it with the Spirit, but it's minute 14. You don't expect it this early. That's the biggest problem. You don't expect it this fast, and he was just way too far away to scout it even. So they have Aegis now. They gave it to Visage.
Well, you know, he did get picked off last time, and actually did start changing his build. He started maxing out the Gravekeeper's Cloak now. Clearly conscious of what's been happening here.
Yeah.
Player
So
dodges the arrow here. That's going to be someone to Funnick. He has got 2 free leaps available. Jumps in. Starstorm doesn't connect. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, Dragon Tail does come out straight on top of Muriel. Stunned up. He can't really get away from this. They do put down the O-Splitter because on the other side, they have cornered Slayer. But he will actually be pulled across. They have to go a little bit deeper. The Rupture comes out in Nefrit. The Blood Riot should follow up here. And he has got the time more for 2 more seconds. He might be forced to use it. He'll go for the TP out. He should be able to make it. No, they're stunned. The bird is ready to go again. And Nefrit will not escape.
Yeah, the bird was just there. And he dies. I mean, they were trying to kill that Venge for the whole duration of that fight, so yeah, kind of unfortunate. I think they got the Bane as well, right? Yeah, and he bought back.
Yeah, he bought back, but it's so cheap, he doesn't care.
Yeah, it's so cheap for him. It's.
Speaking of Bane, they're trying to go on him. Nightmare comes out, Moonlight Shadow activated, just so they can clean him up and get away easily.
Hello, Bane.
Let's put down a ward though, and I'm not sure if that was obvious to them. Doesn't like it. They went for the one up top.
He was trying to ward there so that they can push, but instead what happened is they're probably gonna have to fall back now as he's dead.
Scandal. Flame Guard's running out actually. He can't fight. The swap comes in. They'll stun up Eknar. But now Blood Riot just to ensure the death. And on the side, Scandal is being chased by creeps.
1 minute.
1 minute. I don't think it's going to take them that long to kill him because he has no remnant charges. They've got a stun in 7 seconds. He's got a remnant in 9.
Do they know where he is?
Look at the creeps.
The creeps are on. The creeps are on him. Yeah.
Or the pain of this experience. You're like, okay, I can get out safely, and then just look behind you. There's a whole creep wave screaming, "Daddy!"
You have to hate that, man. When the creeps are following you around, it's one of the most disgusting things. They actually even changed the aggro on the range creep recently, like maybe a few patches ago, because this range creep, it would attack you in the fog. Like there were some spots in the map, like it was hideous. Like even the most pro players were complaining about it. You were moving next to the creeper and suddenly that range creep went for you.
There you go. They move across. Drums just to make sure they can close the distance. They're worried about Remnant coming up. Scandal is just trapped in. He's like, where the hell do I go? You go back to your fountain. And Vega will go ahead and take your tier 1.
Yeah, so yeah, Bane did dive warding there, but in the end it ended well for Vega, and this pushing lineup is really strong right now, and they're definitely abusing that fact.
They got 20 seconds until Elder Dragon forms up. You can already see Bane getting ready to push out mid. They'll probably move straight across and look for another tower. But Nefrit might have something to say about this. They have got the Chrono.
They have Chrono, they have the split on Elder Titans, so...
And this Blood Rage Catapult.
Blood Rage Catapult, wow.
It gets its value, man. Oh, moving in. Chrono connects on the 2. Palandemos found, though. Use the Earth Split as well. They need to kill Slayer also. Palandemos, they pop the Aegis. Slayer, can he actually get a stun off in time? We'll throw out the magic missile, but it's way too late. The rubs around the Phonic means he can't move at all. Tries the TP out, but the damage is huge and way too much. On the backside, though, Zayat beats grips up Scandal. Nefrit will just go in and finish off the kill on the Bane, but Denny moving in for more. He wants some vengeance here. Nefrit should be forced to time walk for safety. But Scandal, he's got no remnants again. This is a weird, similar feeling as he was in this scenario before, but the buyback comes out. Muriel just jumping in, sacrifice himself along with Eknar just to ensure that their cores do escape alive. Muriel will fall, Eknar will fall.
Will they though? Alright, they will. There is a blink. There's a blink on Mag though.
It's got another remnant. Will be forced to use it. Mag jumps forward. Got the Dragon Tail. Has to use the Soul Ring to do it, and he'll have the follow-up stuns from the birds. Scandal will still fall here. A remnant. No remnant available, but he does at least get the dodge out.
Yeah, so we talked about that Chrono, and it's good that he has it, but if you use Earth Splitter and Chrono on the Visage, you just get cleaned up afterwards because he had Aegis there, so...
You know what the other thing is? Like, it's this Ember, right? Like, he's trying to help defend these fights because they're the Chrono. You feel... If you got a Chrono there, right, you got to try and get value. But the Ember is only having enough time to maybe get one remnant, as we saw in that fight. And it's crippling him so much. He has no mobility in these fights as a result.
Definitely. And he's one of the strongest heroes when it comes to killing Visage because of the immolation Flame Guard. It takes down the Visage's armor stacks, Gravekeeper's Cloak, and then they can actually kill him. But now Visage even has a pipe, so it's gonna be increasingly harder to kill him.
And he is going towards the Crimson Guard as well. Wow,
Crimson Guard too.
They just forced out the Moonlight Shadow here. They need to get some value out of it, so they are moving on the bot lane. Mag will back off. Got the blink. Yeah, just blink out. Probably TP now. Go straight top. They do see that Scandal is pushing.
Yeah, it's very hard to kill. They don't have a blink. They can't blink stun him, so...
No, they're trying to scare him away, though.
They just need to gather up and go for the next objective. They can wait for Roshan as well, but they can just gather up. Yeah, it's 5 of them inside the entire jungle, so most likely what's going to happen is they're going to go for tier 2 on top.
Most likely. Scandal just trying to slow them down a little bit, but that's going to be another tier 2 likely to fall. Maybe you're able to trade for the tier 2 bot.
Yeah, there's a huge creep wave on bottom. They should continue pushing this. They should continue pushing this as 3 or 4 and maybe... But it doesn't look like that. They're going to smoke up and fight. They do have Chronos, so...
But Mirana's not there. She could TP up. She'd have to be quick, though, because the tower is falling quicker.
Yeah, there's a shrine for tier 3.
Okay, she's going to tier 3. They should just be worried that Vega's going to try and push him for the high ground. But that is not their intention.
They have Chrono.
But they'll stack pretty hard. Zayat. Nice Nightmare to dodge out the stomp damage. Stomp move forward, blink forward. Dragon Tail, but nice time walk. Nefrit moves in, but the swap comes out. But Palandemos, he runs straight back in, gets pulled in by the Earth Split. Slayer should be next to full. They've already lost the Bane. They'll turn around, look for the kill, find out on the Nefrit. Slayer tanking up so much of this death ward. And on the back foot, you see Eknar fall. Muriel gets turned around on as well. Denny's able to end his life. On the other side of the fight, though, Phonic does clean up Slayer. But the Dragon Tail, the Blink 4, they'll have the stun control just to make sure he cannot leap away. Or no, they missed the opportunity. The Blood Right.
It is Blood Rage.
They see him.
Blood Right, yeah.
They do see him thanks to the
birds
first.
are
The
gonna
birds. Go. You can taunt, you can dance, but I'm not sure you're getting out of this.
One leap. That's one more leap.
Not the place you want to leap to.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Overall, though, it just shows what a draft this is. Like, Vega Squadron, they're all so fat. It's very hard for them to die, even in the chrono. Yeah, Visage got swapped out, and then he even moved back into the chronosphere, and still nothing happened.
You know what it was? It was an example. He's just like, I don't even need your swaps. Look, I still live.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I'm gonna go back into the chrono.
Scandal. This is a bold attempt. Mag will just TP out right in front of him.
They are just way too tanky. And the worst part in that teamfight was that Scandal was completely zoned out. So you did not have your Ember fighting.
That's nightmare. And the haste just ran out as well. He has got TP for 40 seconds.
Yeah, he's just warding.
Yeah, he did get his deep ward, but look at the pings. They already know.
He's doing one of those Sind lol things, you know. Just go in, die, but ward at least, so you give some vision to your team. And now they know that there's a ward on this high ground. At least that. At least that.
Yeah, clearly it was all tactical. He wanted to know where the wards were, and he found out.
Yeah, that's it, man. Scouting the wards. But overall, as long as this Ember does not have any items, they're in a good position to take this game. Vega, I don't see them dying in the chronosphere without Ember burning down the layers of Gravekeeper's Cloak first. So,
and you can already see Ember actually not even going for an aggressive one. He wants to get the Lincolns. He's worried about the damage that Bane does to him with the Fiend's Grip.
They see Bloodseeker though. They see him.
Jump forward.
There is a Chrono on Void there.
They want to throw it out. The Chrono comes out. Then he trapped inside. They should be able to finish off the Earth Split just to ensure this as well. And Muriel is being shredded through by the birds. They're going to have to retreat now. They're not in a position to fight. The swap, the magic missile through. Finding a lot of trouble will fall. The Dragon Tail can end on an effort as well as they turn around and look for more to find him. And a TP out from Eknart, knowing that his stomp was way too late to save his cause. And they will lose this tier 2.
I'm pretty certain they're happy with that. What? They use... I mean, they lose Bloodseeker for 3 and the Chrono is... So...
And
they
now
can
they
even
go high
pressure
ground
now. Yeah. This Elder Titan can be kind of irritating to deal with when you're pushing high ground, but
it's a consolation prize at this point. They're going to still lose the tier 3 regardless. And moving forward, Dragon Tail coming out.
Maybe, yeah, they don't have swap right now, so they can't really finish him off.
Mag has got an Orchid though. They need to be careful about this.
Alright, he has an Orchid, so Ember is in danger. Ember can die. Also, same goes for Void and Mirana. This Orchid, you don't see it often on Dragonite, but it's actually very valuable this game. But
should be melee racks in there now, or is it? Not moving in. Silence comes out. Eknar's going to fall. Plantamoss is trying to move on to him, down to half HP already. Looks like the Gravekeeper's Cloak is gone. Resummons the birds. The Malgo here as well. Nightmare to try and buy some time in the back, but Muriel just jumped on by Mag. The Fiend's Grip comes out on top of Funnick. They do cancel it. As Nefrit does get bashed, but Zygo's still alive. They'll turn around, they'll kill off Nefrit. Mag, GG, they've had enough. MEGA-LADA, they submit because they can't get Vega out of their base. And I mean, I called it. I said, you know, we'd have a long game. And then suddenly we just have an absurdly quick one. 24 minutes.
The first game was much closer in the terms of drafting. This game, you said, like, you even said it, like, 2 lanes they lost. The two lanes they were completely pressured on. But it doesn't matter because the hero that's the strongest in the mid game had the most in the early game, and that he just takes all the farm that he lost in the mid game and he carries his team on his back, on his wings actually. That's it. Visage just carried them through the mid game and complete domination. It's very hard. It was very hard for them to deal with him because the only way they could burn through those stacks was Ember, and once you chrono, it's kind of hard for Scandal to go in without being blood righted afterwards and dying. Yep. A small outdraft, I would say, for this game.
It was definitely, like, we were a bit concerned to some extent because they were losing those other 2 lanes. But yeah, we just saw the power of that push lineup. And there was just, like I said, there was no way they could stop that. But, I mean, that was, was that the quickest? That was the quickest series today. Despite the long first game, just a quick second one. And that does mean... Oh, go ahead.
I don't think we had a quicker game so far in the BTS Summer Cup, right?
No, because they were all best of 3s yesterday. But that does mean I believe, yeah, MEGA-LADA. Did they play again? I don't think so. I think that's it. I think MEGA-LADA are gone. Because these were the teams that lost yesterday. So they're gone.
I mean, they can pack up in their LADA and just slowly go back. It's fine.
Hope they brought a few spare wheels. I hear those things break a lot.
What LADA? No, it's legendary.
Of course, I can't install the LADA.
I had the LADA. Like my family had one like 20 years ago or something. Best vehicle ever, by the way.
But we do have another series happening shortly. It's Empire versus 20 Mins AFK. I mean Min, not Mins. There's no S in that, okay? But that starts at 8 p.m. CEST, which means we should have about half an hour, I believe. The lobby is up, but game starts, in 35 minutes. So, guys, go get yourself something to eat quickly, and I would advise being back from that. I mean, everyone wants to see some Chappie, right? See how many...
Chappie?
Do you like Shadow Amulets?
Of course, man. I saw him in a pub recently. Like, we were winning, and then he bought the Shadow Amulet. It's such an enjoyable moment for me. I can't wait to cast. I can't wait to cast this game.
You know what? Maybe you should be taking notes. You never know. You could be the next star for Empire.
I could be the next Chappie, yeah. I just need to... Yeah, all right. Let's just go.
Man.
See you in 30 minutes, guys.
Yeah, we'll be here in 35 minutes, guys. See you then.